Welcome to Brussels and the European Clean Energy Transition Conference 2025. My name's Ralph Cochrane and we're here to find out how the transition to clean energy is going with a backdrop of trade wars and tariffs and big change politically within the European Parliament.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. And welcome to the European Clean Energy Transition Conference.
The assumptions on which the EU and its soft power were built do not hold true anymore. We are in a world which is more and more fragmented, which is more and more multipolar, which is confrontational. We see the resurgence of nation states with borders, with tariffs, and we see, unfortunately, very clearly that the rule of power is replacing the rule of order.
The energy system of the Union is characterized by the high dependence on energy imports, which in turn means that it is important to make and continue the massive efforts that the Union has made in improving energy efficiency.
Recurring themes for today's session, grid optimization, obviously. The second one would be we need to digitalize the grids. So I have heard a lot about smart meters. I even heard about a digital twin of an entire city, and about the importance of energy data. The fourth one was clear, coordinated policies and bold investment to make sure that industry is scaling up.
We also need to see how to tap much more on flexibility, so on demand response, on storage, and then to see how to then bring more renewables into the system.
Well, first of all, we need to focus on the simplification and implementation of existing legislature. Secondly, we need to focus on the grid expansion, as we are awaiting a 60% increase of the need for energy by 2030. So we need to invest massively into the grid infrastructure, but we also need to invest into the storage of energy in Europe, and the framework needs to provide for investment stability. So we need a regulatory framework that's stable and secures investments being done in the energy infrastructure.
At the end, we always say that we are focusing on the reliable, sustainable, affordable energy transition. And this on its own brings a lot of different challenges that I'm confident that we will overcome all of them.
Cooperation between these three levels of governments, so local, national and European, is absolutely crucial for speeding up energy transition and implementing agreed energy policies. What we ask as the local authorities, as cities, to have a permanent consultation mechanism where we can really say what we need for proper implementation.
At an EU level, the legislation is there. There's no big directives that need to be formed, anything like that. It's just about transposing that to member states level and making sure that when it is, it's done in a harmonized way. And that's, I think, the biggest challenge for us, is that every single country has very different regulation implemented in a different way, which makes our lives pretty difficult.
Digitalization is key in almost everything we do. And we see this very well, for example, on buildings, and on the need to connect the different parts of the energy system, also with, for example, with electric vehicles, but not only. That's also important for heating and cooling appliances, for heat pumps, and digitalization in all this can play an important role.
Well, that's all we've got time for here in Brussels from Tech for Climate Action TV. If you're interested in more content like this, make sure you subscribe and tell a friend.